Hello, loves, and welcome. Today, I'm on a little nature walk, and I wanted to take you with me. Honestly, nature is one of my favorite ways to open and connect with my intuition. And so if you've ever wanted to trust yourself more or sense that your inner voice is there, but maybe it feels hidden behind overthinking or self-doubt, then this video is for you. I'm going to share 5 ways that we can strengthen our intuition in ways that actually work, where we can feel grounded and clear, guided and connected. So come along for this walk with me and let's drop into this inner knowing together. And if you're new here, hello, I'm Sara Southerland. I'm a spiritual life coach and mentor and sound healing practitioner. And here on this channel, I share ways that we can live and lead in new ways, connecting with our inner knowing and our feminine power. And so go ahead and hit that subscribe if that sounds like something that resonates with you, and come along for this journey. It's pretty cool out this morning, which is a welcome change. It's getting quite warm around here pretty fast. So before we dive in, on why intuition matters and how we can use it in our lives, I want to just say, intuition is our birthright. Intuition is your birthright. But like so many things in our inner world and our inner gifts, it has been placed in the shadows, right? Because it's not something that we can see. It's not valued in our society because it might be deemed as like frivolous or impractical or even scary. But intuition can be, when we cultivate it, this guiding post and this guiding light for our lives and point the way not only to more alignment, but also to help us make decisions, from the little ones like what do I want to eat today or how do I want to care for myself today, to the big ones too, like will I take this job or will I enter or leave this relationship, right? And so when we can start to tune in to the voice of our intuition and not just the mind, there's this sense of cultivating this deep and ancient part of us, this part of us that knows. And learning to strengthen our intuition in our lives can bring us not only ease and alignment, but also allow us to begin to cultivate this deeper sense of safety and trust within ourselves. And yeah, yes, please. So let's dive in. Growing so tall. So one of the main ways that I always invite my clients and my students to strengthen our intuition is by opening to be the observer. What do I mean by that? So often in our lives, we're so focused in on a task, on achieving, on the next thing, on the to-do list. And to be able to open to receive from our intuition, we have to be more open. We have to be this observer of life. And I love being in nature because it's one of the easiest ways to do that, right? Like, what am I seeing? All of these textures and colors. What am I hearing? Mosquito buzzing in my ear. What am I feeling? And almost like we're opening to widen our view, to walk through the world from this place of observing. And we can be in nature, it's a great place to practice, but also doing that in our day-to-day lives, like engaging with the senses, even sitting at your desk. How could you just take a moment to pause, sitting in a meeting, sitting back and taking a moment to kind of just see and feel what's going on from this place of being with yourself, and just notice what happens. If we do this, if we practice moving through life as the observer, it's kind of like this high priestess energy that asks us to pause and observe and listen. And you'll notice that your perspective begins to change. What you notice and become aware of will be more strong. And that's also the place that we can open and receive clarity from our own inner knowing. The second way that we can strengthen our intuition is allowing ourselves to feel more. So often we numb out our emotions in life or going through challenging times. But the thing is, the more that we feel, the more that we're able to open to our intuition. And so we can lovingly ask ourselves, where might I allow myself to feel and be supported, send myself love in that. And I love things like somatic practice for this, where we can go into the body and cultivate a deeper sense of trust and safety. And actually, I just recorded a guided somatic practice that I'll link here that you can try to support. But I encourage you to play with feeling more of your emotions and know that as you do, that is your intuitive superpower. I wish y'all could smell these. These smell so good. It's like, I don't even know what these are called. It's almost like honeysuckle, but like a little bit lighter and maybe more floral somehow. Oh, I just want to like put these in a bath and just like soak in it. So the third main way we can strengthen our intuition is by knowing our intuitive yeses and nos. You might have a sense of this in your body, but I'm going to guide us just in a short practice so we can tune in a little bit more deeply. So if you're able, let's just take a moment. This is going to be like 1 or 2 minutes to like go within, to drop as you're able from the mind into the body. Maybe imagining the thoughts becoming drops of water and just drip dropping down to your core. And we'll ask ourselves, hey body, hey intuition, can you show me what a yes feels like? Can you show me what a yes in my body feels like? I'm just tracking sensation, movement, tightness. Then we'll clear that energy down through the central channel, out the root, into the earth to become compost. Then we'll ask our body, hey intuition, can you show me what a no feels like? Can you show me what a no feels like? Tracking sensation, awareness, tightness. And you can clear that down the central channel, out the root. Taking a moment to say thank you, body, thank you, intuition. And then we'll come back. So I'm curious how that was for you. If you got some information from your body about like, oh, like for me, a yes feels like chest opening and a no feels like in the gut. And often I'll do this practice, I don't know, every couple weeks, just to kind of attune to knowing that energy and how it feels in my body. I often encourage us to even ask like what a nervous yes or nervous no feels like, so we can also start to tune in with those subtleties. So knowing what a yes and a no feels like can really support you in your decisions, from big things to small things. Oh, look at this babe. Can I hang out with you, bud? Queenie pals? So the fourth way we can strengthen our intuition is by knowing our intuitive channels, knowing what clairs or channels that we use to receive intuition. So the clairs, many of you may have heard of, sorry, mosquitoes everywhere here, are, it's a French word that means clear or bright, and it's the different ways that we can receive our intuition. So we just practiced clairsentience or clear feeling, and that's what we often think of when we think of intuition, right? Like a feeling. Oh, I felt a gut feeling. And that's definitely one channel. And so clairsentience shows up, as a feeling in the body, maybe like tingles in our body when we have a knowing of something. Maybe even like reading the energy of a room or another person. That's all clairsentience, so feeling. So look out for that. Another way that intuition comes through is clear seeing or clairvoyance. And this comes through as images or visions that pop up in the mind. Now, it's not quite the same as like being taken over by a vision, that we see like in the movies. It's not usually super dramatic. It might be a color, it might be an image. To me, it often shows up as like a photograph in my mind. I receive a lot of clairvoyance during sound healing when I'm sharing with clients, and I'll see different images and settings and pictures and things like that. And so be on the lookout when that shows up, knowing that when you see colors or images, that's a way that your intuition is speaking to you as well. Then there is clear cognizance or clear knowing. This one is almost like something that's just like plugged into your brain. All of a sudden you have knowing of something, like a block of information that wasn't there before. This one can be a little tricky because often we might think like, my mind made that up. Like, what is this random information? It does feel random at first. But I invite you to start to test if you think that you're having clear knowing or clear cognizance. And you might find that that knowing that dropped in is accurate and in fact a way that your intuition likes to communicate. And the last one we'll talk about today is clear hearing or clear audience. And this is where we hear from our intuition. Often I find it sounds like our own voice, but maybe just a little lower and kind of speaks like Yoda, like do this. Yes, like that's the right move. Don't go over there. That kind of thing. Really short, simple, to the point. And again, can sometimes sound like our own mind, but it usually comes with like a feeling of like, that felt different. And so be on the lookout for hearing things from your own mind that feel, it's never going to be negative. It's never going to be like cruel. It's always just going to be directive and a sense of knowing that we hear. And so know that we all receive in different ways from intuition. It's not better if you receive from all of these channels or worse if you only receive from one. No. Know that if you work with one or two or even all of them, you can start to strengthen them simply by tuning in, noticing they're there, and opening to the messages when you do receive them. I thought we'd have a little sit. A fallen log here. So the fifth way that we can strengthen our intuition is by starting an intuition journal. By tracking the things that come through for you, no matter how small, we start to amplify them. They start to come in more. It's like we're noticing, we're honoring what we're noticing, and then we notice more. And so get a journal specifically for your intuition tracking. And at the end of every day, just spend like a minute or two. It doesn't have to be long. Even just creating some short bullet points. Like, I noticed this today. I saw these numbers. Like, this random thing happened. This came through in my clairsentience, right? And just noticing them. And then maybe just taking a moment to say like, thank you intuition, thank you guides, thank you universe, more please. And the simple act of noticing, of honoring, of sending gratitude for receiving these messages, again, can start to amplify, and we can start to notice and be more aware and be more in tune with our intuition in our life. So an intuition journal. I also like sometimes to do channeled writing where we can tune into our intuition or maybe one of our guides and just let the pen move. Maybe ask a question like, what do I need to know today? And just see what comes out. And you'll find that the messages with practice, as we allow ourselves to drop from the mind into the body, into the intuition, can be quite fascinating. If this was helpful for you, love, go ahead and give it a like so more people can find it too. And if you're feeling called to deepen your intuitive path, I work with soulful leaders on just that. Check out my Ignite one-on-one mentorship and spiritual coaching journey and the links below. And I've got more videos on connecting with your own inner wisdom coming soon. So hit subscribe and join me. So those are 5 of my favorite ways to strengthen our intuition, my friends. Our intuition is an invaluable resource. And the more that you can create space to tune in, the more trust and knowing we can build in our paths. You've so got this. Sending you so much love. Bye for now.